Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Ruben Amorim press conference reaction for the Leicester City game. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in this evening. Much appreciated. If you're new to our YouTube channel and you enjoy Manchester United content and me talk about loads of different things on here, then please subscribe to this channel. And also, please subscribe to my football channel as well. Link is in the title, it's in the description. Also, is my F1 channel in the description and my YouTube channel membership. So, if you wish to become a channel member today, I have a level 1 and level 2 membership. So, you can select which level you want. If you wish to help fund the channel, you can find all new information in the description and pinned on top of the live chat. So we had the breaking news today that Lisandro Martinez has ruptured his ACL, which is literally going to put him out of action for the rest of the season, and he could be out for up to 12 months, I was reading. I mean, that is a hammer blow for the butcher, because he's been on decent form recently, and I will be devastated if he's out for that amount of time, because, you know, even though he's quite short, Martinez, he still does a good job at defending, like clearing from corners and that, so he will be a big miss. Of course, we got that Patrick Dorgu as a backup. He's a defender as well. We got Lenny Euro, we got Harry Maguire, we got De Ligt. Lindelof, to me, he's not quite Manchester United standards, but at least we got him if we need him. It's as simple as that at the end of the day. But big up to every single one of you. Right, let's get to the chat, shall we? And see who's been commenting. Yeah, I thought I'd do a bit earlier today, Michael, you know, because I got a bit of a free period. So big up to you, Michael. Big up to you, mate. Yep, my membership pinned on top of the live chat. Happy Arsenal gone out, and how can they still back Arteta when he's won nothing in 6 years and their season is done? I can't see them winning the Champions League or Premier League. I know, the ultimate bottlers, the king of bottlers, Arsenal. But yeah, big up to you, Michael.Chelsea FC. Big up to you, Dynamite 14. Yeah, well, you are a mod, so yeah, you can send that in the live chat. Of course you can. Yeah, that's fine. But obviously, my thoughts go out to all the victims who were killed in the Munich air crash on the 6th of February 1958. It's the anniversary today, never forgotten. And obviously, Man City are very respectful and Liverpool are very respectful as well. So big up to both of them, yeah, for being respectful for the Munich air disaster, because it's such a tragedy. Honestly, one of the worst things to happen ever in Manchester United's football club's history. It is one of the darkest days ever. Let's get the narrative right here. But also in the transfer market, yes, I am. I will be watching that later. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. I really am. But, you know, I'm just annoyed that we didn't do enough in this transfer window, because you can try and brush it under the carpet all you like, but we clearly didn't do enough. You know, we needed many more players. Ruben Amorim has not got the players what he wanted. So to me, I say this transfer window has been an absolute disaster for Manchester United. Let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get it right. If I had to give it a rating, it would be a 0 out of 10. Yes, I know we let number 10 go out on loan. We've let 21 go out on loan, this and that. But we needed to do a lot more. And clearly, the football club just do not have any ambition to strengthen the squad, which it's so jarring. But they signed a couple of players that all they're doing is signing kids. I mean, stop with this model, yeah? You can see it's a disaster at Chelsea. So why are we doing that as well? Oh, yeah, it's to sell these kids off for the pound notes. Let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. But we will be getting on to Ruben Amorim's press conference reaction very shortly. Obviously, Ruud van Nistelrooy as well, his return to Old Trafford. And ironic enough, the last time we played Leicester City at Old Trafford was Ruud van Nistelrooy's final game as interim manager, where we won 3-1 or 4-1, I think it was. But yeah, it's a nice send off for Ruud van Nistelrooy. I do feel sorry for him because this Leicester City team, to me, are just not good enough to stay in the Premier League. They've clearly not done enough. They've not strengthened their squad, which is why, unfortunately, they are getting relegated to Leicester City, which it's a real shame, but the ownership are clearly not done enough. It's a bit like Southampton, they haven't done enough. And also Ipswich as well, they haven't done enough. But also with PSR as well, that doesn't help. You know, newly promoted teams are finding it extremely difficult at the moment, which I don't think it's fair on them. I think somehow it's not right. It does not sit well with me at all whatsoever as a football fan. It's like it just put this PSR rules in the bin. This is why Newcastle can't spend like what Man City did, you know, because PSR rules are holding these clubs back. So to me, PSR should just get in the bin and financial fair play as well. Let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. But, you know, I may listen to what Ruben van Nistelrooy is saying as well, because obviously he used to be interim manager at Manchester United. And like I said, ironically enough, last time these two played at Old Trafford was Ruben van Nistelrooy's final game in charge as interim manager. So, yeah, and I suspect he would get a really warm welcome tomorrow night back at Old Trafford. I think the fans will be very, very respectful to Ruben van Nistelrooy because he was unbeaten, you know, after Eric Ten Hag got sacked. Ruben van Nistelrooy was unbeaten with us. Obviously, he left the football club because Ruben Amorim wanted his own coaching staff in, which is fair enough. But, you know, it's like what I would have done personally, I would have just kept Ruben van Nistelrooy on until the end of the season, seeing how everything went, and then bought Ruben Amorim for the starting this season. But where we gave Eric Ten Hag more time and we bought him in during the season, so that's why he's not really had a pre-season, Ruben Amorim. I mean, that was very, very poor planning by the football club. That really was. I never understand the common logic in it. I really don't. No way in any shape or form whatsoever would I understand the common logic in that. Let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get it right. But big up to every single one of you lying and locked in this evening. Much appreciated. If you're new to our YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button? And please subscribe as well to my football channel. Link is in the title, it's in the description. My F1 channel is in the description and pinned on top of the live chats. And in the description is my channel membership. So if you wish to become a channel member, you can find all the information pinned on top of the live chat. But it's going to be interesting listening to this press conference because no doubt about it, they will ask about number 10. You know, have we done the right thing sending him out on loan, this and that? And so, you know, some of the press conference is going to be complete banger mash waffle. Let's get it right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get the narrative right. Right, let's have a look at the comments, shall we? Here we go. What do you think of the ref announcement VAR? I think it's quite good, to be honest. I quite like it. it's interesting hearing all the insights, like with referees' voices and that. I've lost faith with Chelsea ownership and sporting director. Ferrari car release next week. Yes, it does. That's right. And I cannot wait. I'm so looking forward to that. I really am at the end of the day. Because obviously Ferrari are my favourite F1 team. And no, I'm not just supporting Ferrari because Lewis Hamilton's gone there. I've been a Ferrari fan since the early 2000s. It's as simple as that. I love Ferrari. I love their history. I love the team's passionate fans. Just amazing team. I hope they add it in the Premier League next season. Yeah, I hope so as well. That'd be brilliant. And hopefully now add technology as well, what helps with the offside rule, because you've seen who is number one driver. What, a Ferrari? I probably have to say, until Hamilton gets used to the car, probably Charles Leclerc, but Hamilton could go there and feel completely settled. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens, aren't we? So, yeah. But, I see Lee Gunner was live almost until Sam in the morning, until 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, he was, honestly, doing a big emergency meeting. Yep, Arsenal, the king of bottlers. They are absolute bottle jobs. Sunshine FC is going live at 7 o'clock. She's doing a stream with this fellow Manchester United fans. So when I wrap up in about the hour mark, about around 7 o'clock, we are redirecting to Sunshine FC. So I hope her show goes well. That should be good because she's on with another Manchester United fan where they're going to be talking about Manchester United and that. So, yeah, Lewis got that mentality and he knows how to win championships. He does, but we'll wait and see whether he'll do it in his first season or second season, because this year may be a bit of a learning curve for him. But if he feels settled straight away, then he could go for the championship. Who knows? So, yeah. But, let's wait and see what happens. I'm looking forward to the new Ferrari car launching. I really am. As a massive Ferrari fan, I cannot wait. It should be good. Should be absolutely excellent. Right. Without further ado, let's get on to the press conference, shall we? Let's listen to what Ruben Amorim has been saying. I will come back to the chat in a second, guys. Here we go. This is it. 5 minutes, 59.
Is an injury that is going to take time. Look, just a little bit.
Yeah, that is an ACL for Lisandro Martinez. It's like, that's a hammer blow, honestly. I mean, he's been defending quite well recently, so that will be a shame if he is injured his ACL.
One small issue in a different area from the last injury, so we try to be careful with Luke.
All you and Heaven have arrived. Will they be going straight into the squad tomorrow?
We'll see. You guys have to wait for tomorrow, but they are ready to play and they are to.
Yeah, exactly. Just wait until the team news, yeah, instead of speculating. That's one way to respond to the journalists.
Or solutions to help us in this moment.
And on the subject of signings, on Sunday you said that the club was trying everything to do something on deadline day. Ultimately, nothing happened. Are you happy with the work that was done this window? Do you feel that more could have been done?
As a fan, I am absolutely seething. Like I said, 0 out of 10 for the window. It's like the signings we made are just kids, no fucking experienced players. And we allowed 2 players to go out on loan. It's like, what are we doing here? Seriously. But I'm glad, we got rid of number 10 for now. So, and 21 as well. But It's like we needed experienced players, and all we did was just sign 2 kids. I mean, it literally does feel like Chelsea 2.0, doesn't it?
What I feel is that the club is taking his time, and we know the urgency of the moment of the team. But I think everybody here don't want to make the same mistakes that we did in the past. So we have to improve the players that we have, and to win some games. Then in the summer we will see. But like I said, we are being really careful with the wheel transfers because we did some mistakes in the past.
Ruben, do you accept, therefore, that the position of the team in the table may not change that much? You've got Marcus went, I mean, no, he wasn't playing. Anthony's gone. Malatia's gone. They are experienced players. You haven't brought in experienced players to replace them, and you weren't doing that well in the league to start with. Do you accept that people just kind of have to dealing with that?
No, I think it's a moment that is hard to turn things around in just a few games. It's going to be like that, really hard until the end of the season. Then we are taking that risk that you talk about because we want a different thing in our team, and we want different profiles, and that is my area. So it was my decision to do that. Like I said, we are taking some risks, but is the way we want to proceed. We want to win some games. We can improve our team. We'll have time to train because I'm always complaining about the time to train. So now we have time to train. We are going to improve the team, the players, and like I said, I want.
Question is, you're hoping to improve the players. Can you really? I mean, they're not going to be trying for you. Then you're literally powerless, aren't you? So, yeah, it's about time law and order was restored at this football club where player power just stops taking over all the time because I'm sick and tired of it.
A certain type of players with different profiles, and we are changing right away.
Do you get concerned personally? You say it's a risk. You've already lost 5 home games. Do you worry at the back of your mind that if the results don't change, then everybody goes, well, that's now your fault, and you might come under pressure, and what you want may not?
Yeah, that is scary, and it's also excited. I know when I choose this profession that you have the risk of the results, and I already knew when I came here. I look at the schedule, I look at the team, and I understood that my decision of our players.
I just want to come on the questions that Simon asked about sort of the squad depth. I suppose you've only really got 4
right away.
Do you get concerned personally? You say it's a risk. You've already lost 5 home games.
Sorry about that, guys. My hand slipped on my new phone. Sorry about that. Yeah, just getting used to the grip with this new phone, really. Sorry about that.
Do you worry at the back of your mind that if the results don't change, then everybody goes, well, that's now your fault, and you might come under pressure, and what you want may not?
Yeah, that is scary, and it's also excited. I know when I choose this profession that you have the risk of the results, and I already knew when I came here. I look at the schedule, I look at the team, and I understood that my decision of changing everything, take these hard decisions in the middle of the season without new signings, it's a danger for a coach. But since day one, with good results or bad results, I have a clear idea what I want to do, and I take these risks because in the end, I think
well, I hope it pays off. I really do, because we need something to work.
He's going to pay off in the end. But I know I'm not naive. I already said that many times. This is the sport of results, and we are in a difficult situation.
Ruben, this is the first time I've spoken to you since Rashford left the club, so I'm just wondering how you left the situation with him first.
Oh, this is going to be very interesting. This is the question I've been waiting for about number 10.
And obviously he's only on loan, so there's a chance he could be back here in the summer, and how that could potentially play out.
Yes, in the summer, like we said before, we are fighting for our jobs until the summer. So I'm focused just on these games. Thankfully, about Marcus is in.
I wouldn't say Ruben Amorim's job is in big danger yet, even though he admits that his job's on the line. I mean, I can't see it, but like I said, I'm not judging him until he can bring in his own players. Then I will assess the situation properly.
Birmingham now with Unai, so you can take the questions for this month to another coach. We are focused just on our players in the month.
Just on the questions that Simon asked about sort of the squad depth, I suppose you've only really got 4 senior strikers, and the oldest of those is 23. You're hoping to go deep into cup competitions. That doesn't seem like a lot of players in a very bottom part of the pitch, considering you may play a lot of games between now and the end of the season.
We have to find players and to play in the different positions. You can say in the way we play with our group, we have one more winger to play in both sides. Of course, it's going to take time, so he's not going to solve all the problems. We have to improve. We create chances, we don't score. We have many shots inside the box, and we catch always one player. So these small things, I think we can improve. I think Ahmad can score more. Bruno can score more. Even Kobe Mainu can score more, playing in that position a little bit further in the on the pitch. So we have to improve.
Play Kobe Mainu as a number 10 because that's his best position. Tried him as a number 9. It kind of works for about 5 or 10 minutes or so, but then after that did nothing really. So yeah, play Mainu's number 10. That's what I would do.
As a team, we have a little bit more time. Let's see in the end of the season.
Ah, interesting. So, yeah. But, you know, he likes to admit his job is in trouble, but I don't think it is. I mean, the only way I can see it being in trouble is, say, in the off chance, if he doesn't win the trophy or in relegation happens. But I just cannot see relegation happening because of how bad other teams are doing. I think the highest position we could finish this season is about what? 13th or 12th place, which is still shit for Manchester United Football Club's standards, because we should nowhere near be in this situation. I mean, the reason why we are, it's because the Glazers and Ineos, this and that. It's as simple as that. Right, let's get back into the chat. Here we go. Maresca getting sacked at the end of the season when top 4 is no more. Number 10 and 21 only loans. Both will be back in the summer, geezer. Yeah, I reckon so. Joshy J shows some love for Phil Mitchell on EastEnders, geezer. Yeah, that doing quite an important storyline at the moment. They are on Phil Mitchell at the moment. So, yeah, I find that very interesting. But YouTube I watched, he was blaming Ruben Amorim. Oh, wow. Really? But, you know, Ruben Amorim has said the reason why he dropped number 10 was because he wasn't really training properly. So he wasn't really training properly. I get why he dropped him, but, you know, I'm just so relieved that he is not part of our problem anymore. You know, well, for the time being anyway, like, if he comes back in the summer, then we're going to have that issue, aren't we? What to do with him, whether to loan him out again or just completely sell him. I say sell him. I can't blame Enzo Maresca. It's the ownership and sporting director. Thanks. I mean, it's like your sporting directors are absolute frauds, mate. They don't have a clue how to run your football club at the end of the day. It's a bit like the Ineos group and Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you know. But Ineos are trying to make things better, Mr. Joshy J. you should give them a chance, Mr. Joshy J. No, because what I've seen in them recently is been nowhere near as sustainable. I mean, it's like, do they have a clue about football? No, they don't. It's as simple as that at the end of the day. But let's have a listen to see if Ruben Van Nistelrooy's soon talking to the media, should we? Ruben Van Nistelrooy press conference. Here we go. Yes, he has. He's done an 18-minute version. Wow. At 29-14, doesn't matter. Maresca getting sacks regardless. I think he will as well, Michael. You don't get top 4. I think he will get sacks.
Hi, Ruben. Good to see you. After last week, how's the mood been here in the training ground?
Of course, the disappointment the disappointment on the game, which we didn't see coming after the Spurs performance, was painful, and it was very disappointing. And of course, we evaluate. We go through the game with the players where we have to improve, and then you start going back to work again. So that is what happened.
Was it extra frustrating because of the performance against Spurs to start like that against Everton?
It's clear. It's clear. Players know that. Everybody knows that. If you start a game like that in the Premier League and you're 2-0 down in 5 minutes, you're going to give yourself an impossible task almost.
I mean, I do feel sorry for Ruben Van Nistelrooy because it's clear that Leicester did not prepare themselves for the Premier League season. You know, they didn't do nothing the summer transfer window, and they didn't do nothing this current transfer window. It's as simple as that in the end of the day.
It didn't happen so far in the season that we had a start like this. Overall, we have very good starts of games. This was a bad one.
We'll get on to Manchester United, of course, but the FA Cup, it's a cliche that many managers get asked, particularly those of clubs that are struggling at the bottom. But the FA Cup coming up this point in the season for you when you are leading points in the Premier League, is it a distraction? Is it welcome?
It's always welcome. And we have time enough to recover. We had time enough to prepare the game. So we're going for...
I mean, I think Leicester, they will give us a good game tomorrow. Don't get me wrong, you know. I do. I really think they will. But, you know, what's their focus going to be on? Going on a good cup run or trying to avoid relegation? Which, you know, I just cannot see how they're going to stay up, to be honest, Leicester City.
We'll absolutely do everything possible to be at our best. And it's never a distraction. You know, the FA Cup, to represent... to be represented in this cup is a privilege. We want to show what we're about in a fantastic away game at Old Trafford. So, yeah, it's more than welcome. These games on a Friday night.
My money is on Cesc Fabregas being Chelsea's next manager in the summer. I bet I'm right. If Enzo Maresca gets sacked, they will bring another young manager in and another and bring a manager. Michael, I mean, your football club should be going for elite managers, not yes men.
Yeah, it is a dream for every player to play there.
I haven't played in the FA Cup myself, of course, but won it. Can it kickstart a season as well if you get a positive result in a good run?
Every game you do well and perform, you can add something to it. And the game that doesn't go well, you recover. So you see it also after Spurs. You win, and then all of a sudden, it's not a guarantee you keep winning. So when you lose a game, we lost 7 in a row. It's not a guarantee you lose. So we won Spurs. So being a professional, you're dealing with that every game, and you get on with it and start with a clean mind and focus for the next one. It's what it's about.
Everton, Old Trafford, for yourself, but in the other dugouts. I believe at the time when you left recently, you said that you were hurt by how things had ended. How's it going to feel for you going back to Old Trafford?
The fans were giving him a fantastic reception because, like I said, literally as caretaker manager, he was unbeaten with us. So, yeah, and the fans will really get behind him tomorrow. They'll give him a very nice welcome back.
It's special to go back there. Of course, the history as a player, history as an assistant manager, history as a caretaker manager. That is part of me and always will be. But from tomorrow, the focus is on my players, my team, to have the best, get the best out of them possible, and perform and show what we're about in the approach of the game, in the mentality, in the fight, in the spirit, and that reaction we are willing to deliver tomorrow evening.
Can you separate the emotion of the occasion for you personally, or can you use that as well?
No, it's fine. I'm focused on performing. I'm focused on preparing the team to be at their best, prepare the team in the best way possible.
I mean, I think he's doing everything he can at Leicester, but the problem is they just don't have the squad depth. And like I just said, the ownership clearly didn't do enough in the transfer market.
In any parts of the game, and then players go out there and do it and show that they're together and what they're worth.
You talked about how the FA Cup is important and privileged. Your memories of the 2004 final when you scored twice. A wonderful day for yourself.
Yeah, no, good memories there. What you will be able to win a final, able to lose a final, able to get knocked out in the fourth round, able to get knocked out in the fifth round. It's like, it's football. You can do everything you can. It doesn't work, you move on, and you take the best bits with you for life. I mean, the medal is in a spot in my home in the Netherlands, so it's there forever. So it's something I cherish. It's something I'm proud of. And but for us as Leicester City, the FA Cup is a great stage to show what you're about. It's also fantastic to add young players into my squad tomorrow. A 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. They're going to be part of the squad tomorrow. Going to be even on the bench tomorrow. So it's also something that are occasions where you can. These things can also happen and opportunities for players.
It's very good luck.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ruben. From BBC Radio Leicester.
Hi, Ruben. Good to see you. You talked there about the 15 and 16-year-old. One of those, many people might assume, would be Jeremy Monga, who is...
Yes, yeah. Jeremy Monga, they have names, the 15-year-old and the 16-year-old. So the 15-year-old is called Jeremy Monga and the 16-year-old is called Jake Evans. They'll be part of the squad tomorrow.
You've spoken about those two players before, I think
Very young
and Jeremy as well. How important to be able to give players like that coming through the academy that kind of pathway and that vision as to what they will be able to go on to achieve and achieve it now as well as being part of the squad.
Of course, I mean, the moment I came, I've always worked from the Netherlands. Of course, it's a country where you develop players, and in the Eredivisie, you sign them on to other teams in the Premier League or the other bigger leagues. So in my time in PSV, it was great to be part of the development of Cody Gakpo, Noni Madueke, Xavi Simons, Jared Brandwaite, Johan Bakayoko, Ismail Saibari. It's fantastic as a manager working with these lads, learning them the trade of what it's like to be a professional, what's the lifestyle about, what is the...
And he must enjoy working with Jamie Vardy as well, because, Jamie Vardy, yes, he may have lost a little bit of pace and that, but he still scores quite a few goals this year.
Approach, what's the mindset, and then you talk about things on the pitch, develop them as players and as human beings. So same here. First thing I did was looking at the under 21s, the under 18s, join them in for regular first team training, get an idea of them. Yeah, it's not only looking outside to strengthen. of course, there's a great academy here, and I look inside to strengthen. When players are good enough, the age doesn't matter to me, and they can help the squad and the team.
Just finally on these two players, I know you said before that Jeremy Monga has the attention of the footballing world. I think was your phrase a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It is having them involved in games like this and proving there is a pathway from academy to 21s to the first team a good way of convincing them that their future should be at Leicester City.
I think it's what it's about. I think talent decides on his pathway what's best for the player, which pathway. And this club is a great pathway for young talents to get first team training, first team football in the Premier League at that age. There are not many clubs who can offer that.
And looking at your availability for the squad tomorrow, Wilfred Ndidi, how is he doing?
Wilfred is fine. He had a great week of training last week and this week, and he'll be part of the squad tomorrow. Any
fresh injuries ahead of the game tomorrow?
No, there's a couple with some light injuries, so they will be assessed today, see if they can travel or not. But there's a couple, 2 or 3 with some light injuries that are doubtful for tomorrow, and we will see tomorrow later on when we announce the squad.
I mean, one thing's for sure, he answers the media very well. Even when he was interim manager with us, they used to ask him some very on-the-spot questions, and he used to answer them very well indeed. Right, let's go back to the chat for a second. Yeah. I see why you're lying, geezer. Yeah, I'll be redirecting to her afterwards, Michael. I've already set that redirect up. Would it be funny if Manchester United go out? For you rival fans, yes, but for me, no. I'll be seething if we get knocked out, mate. I'll be absolutely seething at the highest level.
This is the first time we've spoken to you since the end of the January transfer window, something I'm sure you were pleased to have ended. Were you disappointed in the end that the club weren't able to bring in any more players on top of Wio Koulibaly, who joined earlier in the window?
I think it's not a question of being disappointed or happy. It's a question of reality, and it's clear where the club stands and what the reality is of the club in this moment, where we have to deal with. The opportunities and restrictions go hand in hand, and we had to deal with this. Of course, I said to you before, we need strength. We need to strengthen. We need to impact the team with impact players. We weren't able to get them. Simple fact, because of the balance of opportunity and restrictions. That is the reality. We tried. But as I said, the focus was on impact players, strengthen the squad, and we did with Wio Koulibaly. We were able to strengthen, but other possibilities weren't possible.
People, fans, media will wonder whether something maybe changed during the transfer window. When we spoke in December, you said that there was money to spend, and then obviously there was the sale of Tom Cannon and Hamza Chowdhury leaving on loan.
Yeah.
Was there something that changed, or was it that the money perhaps raised from the sale of Tom Cannon wasn't enough to, like you say, impact the squad?
Yeah, the conversations in November before I joined the club were clear. Of course, then you enter a process together where you prepare the window and the figures and everything is presented to you. I was part of that along the way. And the idea was that there were certain possibilities, but when really the numbers came on the table, it turned out to be different, and we had to reassess, look at the possibilities within that framework. And the only thing, of course, the addition is Koulibaly, and we go on with this squad.
And just finally from Miru, you have played and won a lot of games at Old Trafford as a player and scored a lot of goals as well. What is the key to getting a result there as well.
It's not only at Old Trafford. I mean, we've seen in the spell that I've been here now for 8 or 9 weeks, we've shown that what we're capable of. In big spells during games, we reach a high level in off the ball, on the ball, but the consistency is still failing. You can also see it from game to game. When you see the Spurs performance as a whole, you see a certain level that we can reach as a team, and a week later, it's nowhere near that. So consistency is the word. Consistency, it's not a button you can switch on or off. Consistency is work, is lifestyle, is mindset, is using everything within this beautiful building to become a better football player. And that's what I'm working on. These standards, they have to be raised. Every day, the day-to-day standards have to improve to become more consistent.
True, very true. Absolute facts there by Ruben. I couldn't agree more. The standards do have to be raised if you want to be successful at any football club. I want us to win. I do as well, Ratterstocks. Good evening to you, by the way. Thank you for joining me this evening. Much appreciated. Yeah, so to start the show, I listened to Ruben Amorim's press conference. Now I'm listening to Ruben Van Nistelrooy as well. See what he's got to say. Can I send you a video on your Twitter? Yes, you can. Go for it. Send it to me in my inbox.
And that is my job, and that is what my standards were as a player and as a current manager, as a person, how I see professional football, how you should live that on and off the pitch. And I'm sharing that every day with my players and all the staff here. And those standards are part of me, is my DNA. And every day I'm telling everybody, okay, this is not the standard, or yes, this is the standard. And if we can all live to those standards, I think we can become more consistent. But it's not something that from 8 to 9 weeks that you can change that so far. We have still time. And I believe that we can do that.
Thank you very much, Russell.
At the same time, he knows our squad in and out. I'm nervous about that. True, because obviously he was unbeaten with us when he was caretaker manager. He was literally unbeaten. He won all games apart from one, I think, where he drew one of them. But apart from that, yeah, he was really good.
Thank you.
So we've got Charlie from Roots. I'll get that again. Let's start.
We talked about reassessing the possibility.
So again, get the mic back to
I can hear her. But
Yeah. Talked about reassessing the possibilities in this transfer window.
Yes.
How much tougher then?
Sky Source News reporter talking now, Abigail Davids.
You've got enough in there to do that.
Yeah, first question is clear. Of course, when you can strengthen the team, your chances will increase to stay in. That is a fact. Also, the reality that within as I said, the opportunity and the restrictions, it wasn't possible to strengthen. So the means weren't there to do so, to strengthen the position we already have in Premier League additions to the squad. So it wasn't possible. Also, the loans from England, because we have already 2 Premiership loans. The disappointing thing in that sense is that the 2 loans are not making those minutes that you want, and strengthening the team in that sense. So we had to look at foreign loans. We had to look at other possibilities. So in the end, we live and accept the reality. And yes, I still believe that if we can get more consistent because of the levels that we reach within games or in certain games, then we showed we can do it. But it has to be 95 minutes per game and every game.
That must be quite disappointing for you though, to have those goalpost shifts. You look at the planning that you intended to do and then to not be able to do that.
Yeah, but the reality is not always as you wish. I was part of the picture, part of communication in every sense. So it didn't come as a surprise, that development from November towards the end of January, and reality set in. And then I'm quite pragmatic. Okay, let's get on with it. Get the most out of what we have. It's a lot. There's young talents. If you can't get players in from the outside, we bring them up from the inside with talents. We have Wilfried Ndidi back. I see that as an addition. Mats Hermansen back, play the game. Our number one goalkeeper back as well. I see that as an addition. So I look at those things and positives and keep building.
You talked about the pain of having to leave Manchester United when obviously Ruben Amorim took over. I wondered what progress you'd seen from them, what sort of side you're expecting tomorrow night, because certainly Gary Neville actually said this week he thinks it's probably gone backwards.
Yeah, I'm so happy that I don't have to analyze the Manchester United squad at the moment. I have enough job, enough work.
I bet you're glad you don't have to analyse our squad, because I tell you, the amount of questions you would be asked if you were still our caretaker manager, my goodness me. But when you were working for us, you answered the media very well. So, yeah, fair play.
To do with my own.
You do.
I leave that to Ruben. Of course, we analyze them as well and see where the possibilities are for us and where we have to be careful with. I know the players, I know the squad inside out, and that's what my focus.
Yeah, but just as what Ratterstocks just said. Oh, good evening to you, F1 fans, CFC 1905. Big up to you, mate. Yeah, so just started off with a bit of a conversation, listened to Ruben Amorim. Now I'm listening to Ruben van Nistelrooy talking to the media. And I tell you what, he answers the media so well. I think Leicester are going to get relegated. I think they will. They didn't do enough in the transfer market, sadly. So yeah, I think the EFL Championship trapdoor awaits them, unfortunately.
This is, for me, it's the only thing that I am doing at the moment.
Well, they've only won 5 of the last 7. Sorry, they've lost 5 of the last 7 at Old Trafford. So you go there with confidence. And I'm not sure you've maybe thought that a few months ago.
I know. We also have our own issues, and it's up to us to look.
Amorim and Van Nistelrooy have been set up for failure. True. Facts, It's like Ruben van Nistelrooy, when he was caretaker manager, he was unbeaten at us, but now he's gone to Leicester, and it's like he's just not got the squad depth, which is a real shame because, I want him to succeed. And like I said, maybe he was better off just staying caretaker manager until the end of the season, then bringing in Ruben Amorim at the start, like pre-season and that. I mean, it's just very messed up situation.
At us, I don't believe in sequences of teams. You can always win a game of football after you lost a couple, and you can also lose one when you won a lot. Every game is a new one, is a new challenge, and away to Manchester United, being Leicester City, is always a tough one, but we want to represent ourselves in the best way possible and take it from there.
Just finally for me, the Premier League have spoken in the last couple of days about kind of imposing punishments on over-the-top celebrations that maybe slightly mock other teams. We've sort of seen a few incidents in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I wondered what you made of it, and certainly Vardy's been trending this morning because he does love a celebration, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Is it part of the theatre? Did you enjoy seeing it?
Yeah, let's
a
bit sense of humour in the celebrations.
If Enzo Maresca gets sacked at Chelsea, they will get another unproven manager. Where you should be going for a proper elite manager, like someone like a Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, someone like that. Your football club needs to stop signing kids and bringing in yes men.
Let's not take that out of football. I mean, if it goes over the top and it disrespects in any way a culture or people or anything, is not possible. But a bit of sense of humor is, for me, is still part of football.
Wow. He answered to the media very well there, Ruben, actually, and the way he talks as well. You know, that's what I liked about him as caretaker manager when he was caretaker manager for us. You know, at times, like I said earlier, the media would really put him on the spot with a dumb question, and he answered them very well. So, yeah, fair play to Ruben Ashroy. Henry talks bullshit more like, yep. And I can remember one time Lee Gunner was lying. He must have been watching the same time because he quickly changed the video title. Oh, that was absolute gold, honestly. I never fucking forget that. You know, caught in 4K, you were, mate. Henry talks bollocks. You got caught in 4K, mate. Absolutely taken to the cleaners. Caught in 4K. Oh, I love it when that shit happens. It's unbelievable. But big up to every single one of you like and locks in this evening. Much appreciated. If you're new to my YouTube channel, why not consider hitting the subscribe button? That uploads plenty Manchester United content. I talk about loads of different things as well. And please subscribe as well to my football channel and my F1 channel. The link to my football channel is in the title, and it's also in the live chat as well. Well, not in the live chat, it's in the description. But pinned on top of the live chat and in the description is my channel membership. You find all the information to that. But the game tomorrow, I am looking forward to it, you know, because obviously it's the FA Cup, and you've got to look forward to an FA Cup tie, haven't you, at the end of the day? But, you know, what sort of Manchester United are going to turn up? I cooked Eagle yesterday. Not surprised, mate, because he is so deluded. Bit like majority of fans on AFTV, where oddly enough, Robbie put in his title yesterday, you know, Teletubby Robbie, he put, it was our turn to get humbled. Too fucking right, it was your turn to get humbled. You had one heck of a beating by Newcastle United. I mean, you were absolutely abysmal, your side. And, I mean, Saliba, that has got to be the worst performance ever in an Arsenal shirt. I've never seen Saliba play as bad as that. Usually, William Saliba is a decent defender, but he was abysmal yesterday. When our F1 video is coming back very soon, down like 14, watch the space. Stay tuned, mate. They will be coming back very soon. But yeah, you know, Arsenal are out to the League Cup, they're out the FA Cup. They're not going to win the Champions League because they're nowhere near good enough, and they're not going to win the Premier League because Liverpool are by far the best team in the league. So it's going to be 6 years without a trophy for Mikel Arteta. Absolutely hilarious. I mean, obviously, you know, Lee Gunner is sick and tired of Arsenal not winning trophies. Very sure Robbie wobbled his way to the nearest takeaway. All right, mate. Yeah, I'm all good. Arsenal, stay humble. Stay humble, huh? I mean, literally, when Erling Haaland said that, Man City started their downfall. And, you know, Arsenal, because they beat Man City 5-1, I believe they started making 5-1 shirts. I mean, oh my fucking days. How desperate must you be for the pounds note if you're literally making them sort of shirts? You know, well done. You beat Man City 5-1, but it didn't help your Carabao Cup chances, did it? No, because you got knocked out. So, yeah, maybe pipe down a little bit is my message to Arsenal fans. You know, real ones who don't get carried away. Big up into them. He will go to Real Madrid. Who's that? Saliba? Yeah, possibly. Because I reckon Real Madrid are interested in William Saliba, aren't they? But yeah, I'm very well, thank you, Ratterstocks. Hope you're well. I hope your day's going good. How is Arteta not even under pressure? I mean, if he was at another football club down like 14, he would literally be sacked now. Let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get it right. But hey, carry on letting Arsenal doing what they're doing because, you know, they are the gift that keeps on giving, aren't they? I mean, let's get the narrative right here. Let's absolutely get it right. I mean, Jez, he was absolutely seething the Arsenal, the history and more. Absolutely seething last night. He was fuming. He said he doesn't know his football club anymore. He said this football club is a shadow of what it used to be. Which I think that's a good point, because it's a bit like with Manchester United, isn't it? You know, we are a shadow of a football club, what we used to be. We're nowhere near the same football club as what we used to be. You know, this is not the same football club I fallen in love with in the late 90s. It's as simple as that, because growing up, I used to watch us win Premier League titles, win trophies, and yeah, at least we were competing for the title every season because we had an outstanding manager like Sir Alex Ferguson. City will get revenge next season. Pep will want it. I think they'll be back next season, down like 14. I really do. You know, this season it's just been a one-off, really. I feel when they didn't do enough in the summer transfer window, they realised they messed it up. So that's why they brought in a few players in January. So yeah, for them, for the rest of the season, really, it's just about securing that top 4 spot. And then next season, I think they'll win the title again next season. I really do. But, you know, fair play to Liverpool. They've been, by far, Liverpool have been the best team in the country and also one of the best in Europe as well. So I'm hoping that they do not do the quadruple, because that's something we've never done, the quadruple. Imagine that, Liverpool doing the quadruple now. Get the fuck out of here, man. I mean, but fair play to Army Slot, right? He's taken over that Liverpool team, took over from Jurgen Klopp, and he's got them playing brilliantly. But the worrying thing for Liverpool is Mohamed Salah and Van Dijk are yet to sign new contracts. So if Liverpool lose them, they really are in big trouble next season. I mean, let's get the narrative right here, people. Let's absolutely get the narrative right. They'll be in huge trouble, you know, if literally they do not sign them 2 players back up. I mean, let's get the narrative right here, people, yeah? Let's absolutely get it right. But big up to every single one of you who seem like locked in this evening. Much appreciated. Like, I have gone live a little bit earlier today because I thought, yeah, I fancied doing a bit of an earlier show. So we are going to be redirecting to Sunshine FC. She's about to go live with another Manchester United fan, Sofa. So go and show them both some love, yeah? Make sure when you head over to her YouTube channel, you put Mr. Joshy J Raid, or Mr. Joshy J is the one who sent you over to her channel. But yeah, go and show her some love. She's a fantastic YouTuber, Sunshine FC. Manchester United fan who has quite high standards. I think Liverpool need to rebuild next season. I agree. Totally agree. You know, like I said, if they lose Van Dijk and that, they really are in big trouble. So thank you all so much for watching. Remember, Mr. Joshy J Raid. Go and show Sunshine FC some love, yeah? And make sure you are subscribing to her.